Basically, I'm learning that diabetes is really no joke.
Oh, okay. Well, this is just the tip of the iceberg. Hi guys, how are you doing today? My name is Kidneyjay. The J stands for jerk because my kidneys are a pair of jerks. And we're going to look at the Chantel video. I've chopped and edited some of it. But just let's hear what she has to say about going to the ER. Those of you who follow me know I've been not having a good time. So just a special shout out to you guys. Thank you so much for all your support and love. That being said, if you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe, hit the like button. I appreciate that. Leave a comment down below. And if you want to support my channel further, I do have memberships, so check that out if you want to do that. Let's get into this.
Today, I'm going to be telling you about my story time of me being in the hospital yesterday. So, I was in the ER for, sorry for the sun dust, for like 12 hours.
Wow. So 12 hours with treatment without paying a dime. Not the 20 hours she was going on and on about. Again, I said that was not the norm.
Here's what happened. So yesterday I had a eye doctor appointment. So I went to the eye doctor appointment, and then, as I was pulling into the driveway, I felt dizzy, and I noticed I was a lot more dizzy, and like my vision was more blurry than usual.
So why were you driving after an eye examination when they give you the drops for the dilators? She's going to kill someone on the road. She is.
Then during the exam, they had to put these contrast eye drops in to see behind my eyes, and it made my vision even more blurry. So I had to wait in my car to even drive. And I noticed that the dizziness wasn't going away. The blurry vision went away enough that I could drive. So I thought, I'm going to go to the hospital and I'm going to get checked out because, you hear horror stories about diabetes, ketoacidosis, hyperglycemia, going into diabetic coma. So I decided to go to the emergency because the walk-in clinics were pretty full for the day, and I don't have a family doctor. There's a wait list.
And viewers have told you you could go to urgent care clinics, walk-in clinics, and they will treat your diabetes. So it didn't have to come down to this. That's for sure. What, she's been back for 2 weeks. Time to go to the Chinese food buffet, eat Big Turks, do all that fucking around. But hey, no, let's not go to an urgent clinic and, get some stuff sorted out.
Okay, so in Ontario. So I went to the ER, and they have all my file there already, so that's good. So I thought it was going to be kind of in and out kind of thing. They would prescribe insulin or something. That's what I thought, and I would get to go.
Oh, okay. Miss Pretty Privilege here thought you could, bypass the system, go to the ER, get her insulin prescribed for her, and be on her merry way. Nope, doesn't work like that. You still have to wait in line. You still have to wait to get a family doctor. But in the interim, you can get a doctor out of a clinic. I'm going to keep saying that. Yeah. Didn't work out for you, did it, Chance?
So no, I told them my symptoms. She pricked my finger, took my blood sugar. It was 23. I'll try to put the conversion here somewhere in mgdl, but that's mmol. And it's, that's very high. So they were surprised how high it was. So, then ECG, I think it's ECG tech came and said, we're going to do an ECG. So they take me to this little room, like ECG. I guess they're just trying to rule everything out. They hooked me up, did the ECG. Then I had to wait in the waiting room, and I was waiting for a long time. I was expecting to go to the yellow dots. Well, to my surprise, I was asked to go to observation. So I was getting a little worried. They're waiting for my ECG results. I have to go to observation.
Okay, so electrocardiogram shouldn't take that long for results. It actually probably takes more time for them to put all the stickers on you and get the reading. but pretty common. I get it anytime I have to go to the ER.
But they did blood work while I was waiting in the ER waiting room. Actually, they did blood work and hooked up an IV, just in case they need to draw blood and give fluids. I was like, I have to put on a gown that didn't fit, so I had the gown half on in case they needed. And that she hooked me up. My oxygen sat was 97, which is fine. My blood pressure was 135 over I don't even know, and they didn't seem concerned with that. And so they did take some blood from the. They just put the tube into the IV thing and take the blood that way. Very convenient. Instead of sticking you all the time,
So I found this very interesting because honestly, I haven't had a blood draw from an IV since I was a patient at Sick Children's Hospital because they don't want to constantly be poking children. I know there's different protocols, different hospitals do things different way, but yeah, she's pretty lucky if she got that because I will have 2, 3, 4 IVs and still get a poke at the end of the day. If you've seen in my last videos, you can see my arms are black and blue, like bruised up and down because of it.
So, my blood sugar started at 23 when I went in there. So I presented with, the doctor came in, it was a resident doctor. She said, you have hyperglycemia. And she said, if you didn't come when you did, I suspect that it would have developed into like ketoacidosis because of the symptoms you had. Now, my blood test came back that my blood wasn't acidic, she said, but she thought that it could develop potentially into that. And so I said, oh, well, that's nice. That's not scary at all.
Why is she saying it like that? That's nice. That's not scary at all. You did this to yourself. You were literally eating plates of carbs and fat and sugar the last few days.
Basically, I'm learning that diabetes is really no joke.
For AdSense. For right now, anyways. But yeah, I've been saying this in all my videos. It is no joke. It takes your eyes, it takes your limbs, it takes your kidneys. If you've been watching my videos for the last, week or so, you know how many secondary diseases you can get just from kidney disease alone. And you would not be immune to that just because you got, your kidney failure because of diabetes. Nothing is changing here. I'm convinced, by the way, just so you know where I stand. This is for content. Nothing's changed. Nothing will change until something actually does, and this isn't it.
She said we're gonna give you insulin and try to get your blood sugar down. We want it down below 15. So I said, all right. She said, have you been taking your metformin? I'm on something that's a different name than metformin. I said, no, because it makes me very ill and I haven't been taking it regularly. So that's a no-no also.
So let's just read between the lines there. If she takes it, it doesn't make her stomach feel good and she cannot mainline her drug of choice, which is carbs, fat, sugar, all that stuff. Now, I know a lot of people who are on metformin and they say once you're past sort of the initial hump, you get used to that feeling and it does pass. Obviously, Chantal has not given the drug enough try to see if that would be the case.
So, she gave me my first dose of insulin and then took a blood test about 20 minutes later. My blood sugar went down to 16.5. And then they did some blood work. I forget the name of the test. I'll have to put it here somewhere. Osmo something. That, because when you're diabetic, you urinate more frequent. But if you're not drinking, if you're dehydrated and not having enough fluid or something, it leaves like sediment in your blood. I don't know.
So I've said this before, that when you have uncontrolled sugar, your kidneys have to work overtime to get rid of that excess glucose. And you're going to drink more and you're going to urinate more. You can actually still be dehydrated no matter how much you drink.
So I was highly dehydrated from these blood tests. So they gave me some fluid and it wasn't on a pump. It was like a drip. So it was so slow. And I had to keep my arm a certain way or it would drip even slower. Anyway, I hate when they flush your line. You can taste the saline in your body. Ugh. Oh well.
Can confirm when they flush my IV or they flush my CBC line, I can definitely taste the saline. There's some other drugs as well that just taste horrible. IV iron being one of them that just leaves a bad taste in my mouth. But I don't know. This is the least of her problems right now, really.
And then finally, by the end of everything, by the time I got home, I left with an insulin, with a blood sugar reading of 11. It's a lot better than 23, but still high. I was starving. Like, I felt really dizzy and nauseous though, but I was still hungry. Like, I was starting to feel a bit better, but I was so tired and hungry. It was like 12 hours since I've eaten. So the lady said, we want to give you something to eat to see how you tolerate it. So she brings this sandwich that was like, the hospital food is horrendous. I'm sorry. And you know what doesn't make sense to me? I mean, I know it's not a 5-star hotel, but like they gave me a turkey sandwich on brown, but it was like stale brown bread with like one slice of turkey and butter on it. It was like gross. But I ate some of it because that was the best sandwich when you're starving, okay? They gave me water, so I ate that in the water. But then they gave me apple juice, like full sugar apple juice, and a full sugar, not diet, low fat, gluten free. It was a whole sugar loaded muffin, apple cinnamon muffin, and I'm thinking, I'm in the hospital in observation for hyperglycemia, and you're giving me sugar, because if I would have eaten that and drank the apple juice with it, they would be giving me more insulin, I'm sure.
All right. So the nurse specifically told you, we're going to give you some food to see how you react. A lot of people, from what I've heard, when they're given IV insulin, your body does not react the same. So they wanted to probably give you full sugar foods to see how your body adapted. And you just said, no. Okay. But, you know, Big Turks, Chinese food, everything else. Sure. Will confirm those sandwiches are the worst. When I was waiting in the ER, I think I had a cheese sandwich, dry as your mother's dry.
But they just told me to stay. They didn't prescribe me insulin. They told me to just stay on my metformin type of drug that I have from Kuwait, and to follow up with a family doctor, which I don't have, so that won't be happening.
Okay, so what have we learned? Chantal went to the ER to try to fast track her way into some prescription insulin. Apparently, they didn't send her away with any resources, any clinics to go to, nothing like that. Very interesting. Anyways, thank you if you made it this far. I know I'm a little quiet in this one, but it's quiet at the rehab floor right now. So we'll see where this goes, because she realizes now, guys, diabetes is no joke. Oh boy.